Howdy folks, this is a test. This is BelGeode, and we are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So what are we doing today for today's test? Well, you may or may not recognize the island where myself and Yippee are currently located. We are in an island that I showcased in the last video, the full production video that I did with the Milviz 310. And we are at the island that we overflew in that particular video. So this island is called Frigate Island, and this is the airport that we've got here. I'll take a look to the right so you can see the runway. This is the one that I said that we could not bring the 310 down because of the fact that it's a grass runway. In reality, we probably could. I just didn't feel like doing it, and I wanted the video to be about an hour, which it ended up being a little bit over an hour. This one, maybe we can keep it under an hour. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how much I talk before we actually get started. But there's our runway, and by the way, we're going to need to take off in the opposite direction. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. And I figured what better way to show you more of this beautiful Seychelles package by FSDG than to use an aircraft that I am very much familiar with and have shown you on the channel before in these little chill vids here. So this is of course the FlyingIron Simulations. Notice it is called Flying Iron, singular iron. I see a lot of you on Facebook calling it Flying Irons as two words with a multiple irons. That's not right. It's Flying Iron Simulations. And this is their P-38, Lockheed P-38 Lightning, the venerable twin-engine fork-tailed devil from World War II. And I'm, of course, using the Yippee livery because it's the 5,000th P-38 ever created. So it's pretty famous, even though it no longer exists. It crashed a long time ago, and they never bothered to make a new one. Not that they could because, well, the war's over. But I digress. All right, so we're going to hop into Yippee, and we're going to fly from Frigate Island. We're going to pay a visit to Praslin. Notice that I'm pronouncing it differently. I actually watched a couple of videos on the Seychelles, and the island where we took off from in the last video, I was calling it Praslin. I've always been calling it Praslin. Turns out it's actually pronounced Praslin. The S is silent. So, there you go. Learn something new. So we're going to overfly. I can't talk anymore now. We're going to overfly Praslin, and we're going to stop off at two smaller island airports, and hopefully I'll be able to bring this bird down on one of those two runways. I don't know. We'll take a look. We'll see which one is longer, and we'll figure out which one we're going to land at. Hopefully the last airport that I've selected for this little journey is going to be just long enough for us to get in on. All right, but without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into Bird. She's already gassed up and ready. Okay, and we are in. So, as you can see, she's looking as beautiful as ever. Performance has been pretty dang good. Of course, please remember, I am in VR, and I am currently recording this off of the Oculus mirror. So if you happen to notice any stuttering in the final video, that is not indicative of what's going on in VR. It is actually really smooth in VR. It's just what we've got to deal with whenever we try to record Microsoft Flight Simulator in VR. I'm still waiting for the developers to give us that single eye monitor view. That is the ideal. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, take a look at IL2 as an example, or Aerofly FS2. They've done it right. The monitor mirror for VR is only one eye, typically the right eye, but you can make it the left if you prefer. And that's what you see on your screen. It makes it real easy for us VR users to record from, because we see it the same way that somebody would see it in 2D, even though in our headset we see everything in VR. That's why I want it. And there's more use for that. It's not just for us YouTubers and streamers to show you a better view of the aircraft. It's actually very useful for people who are trying to show off VR in person or for flight schools and stuff like that, where the student might have the VR headset on, but those that are watching or the instructor want to see it with just one eye. That's why I want Asobo to do this, and I'm going to keep pushing for it, and I'm going to invite all of you to keep pushing for it. Keep mentioning it to them on the forums until they do it. They have to. Well, they don't have to, but they have to. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. So, batteries on. Okay. And pitot heat is off. Oil cooler is fine. Cooling flaps. What do I have your cooling flaps set to here? I don't even know. It should be on auto, I thought. Yeah, we're going to set it to auto. All right, so that is down. And let's go ahead and open up the generators. Well, actually, you know what? We'll leave them closed because they're already turned on, so that's fine. All right, landing lights, gun heater we don't need, compass power, we'll turn that on. And wing lights bright, tail lights bright. Okay. Mags are already set to both, but the master magneto switch needs to be turned on. Don't forget that. That's pretty important. If you wonder why your mags aren't working, you need that master switch on. Fuel. Okay, so outer wing, main tank, cross feed and reserve. We'll keep it on reserve for now. I realize this is a little difficult for you to see in VR, but it is what it is. And let's go ahead and get our fuel pumps on. There's one. There's two. We'll get our mixture to full. And we'll get our prop pitch up to full. And we'll crack the throttles here. All right. I think we are ready for an engine start. So engine number one. I don't know which one is number one because my knobs are backwards here. But let's go ahead and get windows up. So I believe the order that you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to close the top first and then the sides. There's that. There's that. And latch it. Again, the reason why you do that is because once these engines start up, the airflow can be disrupted by an open canopy, and that's just bad news. All right, let's get one of these engines on. Hopefully it's the left one. Clear! It's the right engine. What do you know? I guess I flip-flop those. All right, right engine is up and running. This is good. Left engine, clear! Nice. Very good start on both engines. Okay, RPM is currently at 800. We're going to bump that up to about 1,000-ish. All right, and I do believe everything looks good there. Now, this is a Unicom airport, so there is no tower. I'm going to go ahead and set us up here. Oh, why are we moving? My parking brake's not on? Most certainly wasn't. Good thing we're on a hill. All right, so we're on standby right now, and we're currently set to 1, 2, 3, 4 for transponder, so I need to have that set to 7,000. Okay, good to go. All right, I suppose we should tell the general public what it is that we are doing. So let's go ahead and get this up and running. FSSF traffic. And we want to select a runway. Runway 13. Announce taxi.
Foxtrot Sierra Sierra Foxtrot traffic EB70 is taxiing to runway 13.
Okay. All right, now I think we're ready. So I'm going to go ahead and get my feet on the pedals here. Do a quick rudder check. Also check our ailerons and our elevators. Okay, we got free range of motion. Okay. Everything looks good. So let's go ahead and get those parking brakes back off. And we need to taxi all the way to the opposite end and then turn around without falling into the Indian Ocean. Yeah, about that. So I'm thinking we're gonna work our way to the right side of the runway, and we'll turn to the left, so that way I won't be half tempted to go for a swim here. All right, but let's go to the outside view really quick as we make our way down the runway. Okay, so we are at the end of the runway, so we're gonna need to turn around here. Try not to hit these concrete, whatever these things are. Pull the power back. Alright, so we've got obstacles in the way. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Alright, let's go ahead and get our landing lights on. Okay, and pitot heat, we're probably going to need you on. Where's my pitot heat? There it is. Alright. And I think these are set to where they need to be. Yep. Everything looks good. We'll turn on the oxygen, even though we really don't need it, per se. But we'll keep it on anyway. And GPS looks like it's ready to go. Alright, so let's contact them and tell them we are departing straight out.
Foxtrot Sierra Sierra Foxtrot traffic EP70, taking off runway tree 1 departing straight out.
That is totally not the runway we're taking off from. Alright, but you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. Like I said, it's a Unicom airport. You know what it's time for, folks. Brakes down, throttles up. Okay, looks good. Brakes off. And let's give her some power. Oh, we've got a lot of power. We've got no flaps too, by the way. So I'm sincerely hoping that we're going to be able to make this. Alright, we're just over 100, so we can pull up now. Let's go ahead and get the gear up while we're at it. And look at that. We made it. We made it. I'm going to trim us up a little bit and pull the power back. Get our RPMs down a bit. There we go. And we can climb. Let's trim us up just a bit more here. So not too shabby. Pretty decent takeoff. Of course, we will need to line ourselves up with our flight path. So we'll do that momentarily. I'm going to go out a little bit more here. And we're going to turn around. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Alright, so now we need to be heading to FSPP, which is Pralin. Alright, so we'll go ahead and make our turn here. We're at 2400 on the RPM, and there you can see the little island that we took off from. Looking pretty sweet. Let me go ahead and get our landing lights off. Okay, landing lights are off. And what I'll do is I'll overfly the airport on our way out. And I think we'll bring her up to, let's see, about, what are we at, 2,000 right now? Yeah, probably about 3,000 should be good. We don't necessarily need to get too high with this. And I will turn on the autopilot as well, too. So, AP on. Half hold on. And we'll keep climbing until we get to 3,000. There it is. Alright, quick look outside. Okay, feeling good about all of that, so let's see if we can contact ATC. Request flight following.
Approach UB70 is type Lockheed 6 miles northwest of Foxtrot Sierra, Sierra Foxtrot 3,000 feet. Request flight following.
UB70 approach. Squawk 4354.
Squawk 4354.
Squawk 4354 UB70.
UB70 radar contact 8 miles northwest of Foxtrot Sierra, Sierra Foxtrot 3,000 feet. Altimeter 29.79er.
Roger UB70.
Okay, so with that, we are pretty much set. So what I want to do here, provided my aircraft will behave itself. Line yourself up, thank you. So what I want to do here is I want to show you some of these other islands. So we're going to be going to the outside view a lot. And let me first of all see if I can get a good camera view here. Okay, I think that view will do nicely. So what we'll do is we'll actually come off of autopilot right now because we know where Pralin is. It's directly ahead of us. So we're going to turn off the autopilot. And we're going to do some funky shenanigans and fly around the islands here and work our way towards Pralin. And once we overfly Pralin Airport, we'll head to those other two small islands. Once we get to the second island, that will be hopefully where we will land. We should be good to go. Alright, so here we've got our first little island, and I'm thinking we're going to go around the island. And we'll start from down here. We'll get to the deck and do that. So once again, we're going to go back to the outside view, and we'll see what we can see. Love it. Absolutely love it. This is a very well done scenery. There are still some spots in the actual ortho photo that look to me a little bit questionable, but honestly no worse for wear when compared to, you know, like default Microsoft Flight Simulator. I would say they did a pretty damn good job on this entire archipelago. Alright, but we are just about at Pralin now, so we're going to overfly the runway, and I'm thinking we're probably going to do a loop, so let me give her some more power here. There we go. Alright, FSPP to whatever that is, FSSD. Let's give her some juice. So our altitude, less than 1,000 feet. Alright,
UB70, contact Seychelles Center on 120.2.
I'll do that after I'm done my shenanigans, thank you. And we'll come back down. Beautiful, you can see the golf course and everything there. Gotta be careful with this bird because compressibility is real.
UB70 acknowledged last transmission.
I told you I will after I'm done my shenanigans.
120.2 for UB70.
Alright, that'll shut him up. Okay, so beautiful island of Pralin. Here's our airport. They're probably still mad at us for doing shenanigans, but hey, you know what? They can deal with it. Alright, now, according to the GPS, this is the direction that we're supposed to be headed. I want to say this may be our island here that has the airport. Yeah, I think it is, because it looks like we are just about lined up. Maybe not, maybe not. Interesting. Now the real question is, with the GNS 430, can I put it to map mode? I know that I can. Let's try it. I sure can. Oh yeah. Alright, that is fine by me. We'll keep it on map mode here. So clearly this is not the island I'm looking for. This one has no airport. Yeah, it's looking pretty desolate, which is actually fine by me because honestly, with me being a hermit, I would love to have that island. Just give me that island right there. I'll build a house. Why not? Alright, so how far do we have to go? 24.2 nautical miles. Alright, seems doable. And we need to be on a heading of 2. Is that right? Oh no, 2-4. Yeah. Well, 2-4. Okay. Alright. Not too shabby. I don't see the island yet, so we may need to gain a little bit more altitude. And I'll put her back on autopilot while I'm at it here. So, autopilot back on. Nav hold on. And we'll hold off on the altitude hold until we're back to 3,000 feet. Alright, I'm going to pull our RPMs back a touch. There we go. Okay, now we're looking good. Now we're looking good. Manifold pressure is still a little high, but that's alright. We are climbing, so I don't mind having it a little high, as long as it doesn't go beyond 50, because as you can see, there's a big red line over by 50. You don't want to exceed that. You'll blow up your engine. Alright, other than that, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and switch our tanks. So, bam, bam. That's what I want. Main tanks. Okay, we're good. Alright. Cool beans. And as you can see, our fuel, we've got plenty. We're not in danger of running out of fuel at any point in time soon. So yeah, we're pretty good. We're still climbing to 3,000, however, so I'm going to bump us up just a touch. A little bit more. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. hiding the trim as well. Alright, that's what I'm looking for. And level out. Okay, so now that that is done, and now that we are headed to our next destination with about 20 or so miles to go, actually about 14, let's go back to the outside view and we'll do the drone camera, and I think I can start to see the island directly ahead. All right, let's see how we're doing. We have less than 5 miles to go till we get to the island. I kind of want to check out the island, so I'm going to take it off of autopilot once more. We're going to chop the power and hit the deck. Chop the power all the way. We'll watch our speed go. Ah, there's the island. Okay. So it was just nestled in the clouds here. Alright, let's see if we can find the airport. Now, I'm not promising to land at this airport, but I do at least want to check it out. And we're going to put our manifold pressure to about 31 inches here. Go to the outside view once more and see if we can find the airport. Alright, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, we're going to get our engine manifold pressure back up here. So we've got one more spot go to, and I believe it is this way. Now, we could have done a touch and go there, but honestly, in the interest of time, I just kind of want to show you the island, and we'll save the touch and goes for later. Aside from which, it looks like there's very little margin for error. You need to get this thing stopped in time, or else. Yeah. But it is a nice little airport here, and it gives you an idea as to what actually comes with this scenery package. And that's the whole point, really. That's what I really want to show you in this little test video here. Alright, now I do need to put it back to not map. Okay, yeah, so that way I can see exactly where I need to line up. And let's hop over this cloud here. Give it some more power. So it says time vert, which is that silly little Microsoft Flight Simulator thing that's definitely not based in reality, as far as I'm concerned. But it kind of gives us an idea as to where our top of descent should be. I think that's the point to it, but I could be wrong. Alright, are we back at 3,000? We most certainly are. Okay, let's go autopilot back on. Nav hold on. And altitude hold on. Alright, so that should keep us where we need to be. We're slightly to the left of the line, but that's okay. And how much distance do we have left? About 24 nautical miles. Okay. So once again, we can go back to the outside view and check out the island that we just passed, provided we're not too far away from it. Okay, time check. We got 16 miles to go, so roughly about 3 minutes. I don't know if it's timing us down to the actual top of descent or the destination. But either way, we're probably going to need to overfly the island as we figure out the best way to land on it. I'm really hoping that the runway is longer than the last place that we checked out. I have no idea. I know I've been there in X-Plane, and even though I know both add-on developers that have added Seychelles for the various sims have tried to get things pretty accurate, for the life of me, I don't even remember this island that we're going to, so I couldn't even tell you how long the runway is. But it does have an ICAO code, so that's a good thing, at least. That means there's got to be some documented information, because I imagine that tourists get flown out there often. At least that's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Alright, let's see how we're doing with the engines here really quick. So left engine, everything appears to be in the green. Right engine also appears to be in the green. I'm actually going to pull our manifold pressure back. I'm going to put it to about 33-ish inches. And RPM, we're still at 2600, which is kind of high. It's a little higher than we should be. We should be closer to about 21 or 2200. But considering the fact that we're going to need to come down to land soon anyway, I'm fine keeping it as it is, as long as it, doesn't get out of hand. Now that might be our island up ahead, and again, I will remind you, the only real downside to this package, and I'm assuming it is the package and not the default Microsoft Flight Simulator issue, is sometimes the orthophotos take a little while to load up. So you might end up seeing a patch of white on a given island where it's actually supposed to be green, and then it'll pop into place and become green after. So, with that being said, I'm thinking this is our island here because we've only got about 4 miles till we reach it. So, autopilot, thank you for all the good work. I need to turn you off. Once again, we're going to hit the deck. So, power back. Roll around. Now I'm going to want to check out the airport first. I need to find out whether or not this airport is going to be good for us. So, let's see, what are we at here? 1,300 feet. We'll bring it down to about 1,000. And I'm going to need to trim here a little. Need to find the runway. I think I can see it, and it does look like it may run the length of the island, kind of like that last island that we saw. But we're about to find out. So we're going to swing out to the right side of the island, and I will go back to the outside view as we scope it out. Okay, so once again, I have no idea which island this is, but I do know that this is the direction that we're going to need to land. So we're going to make a left-hand bank here. And let me... Well, I guess I can't really tune Seychelles Center, can I? Or maybe I can.
Seychelles Center, UB 70 1,100 feet.
UB 70 Seychelles Center altimeter 29.80, continue as planned.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so let's go nearest airport list. FSSB, I think, is where we are. So, confirmed. Tune FSSB traffic, select a runway. What are our options? 1 or 19? We're going to go with 19. And we want a full stop landing. And our position.
Foxtrot Sierra Sierra Bravo, traffic UB 703 miles, south 1,200 feet, inbound to land runway 19er.
Okay, so now we got to slow down enough to land. And let me get our speed brakes out. Okay, speed brakes are definitely out. Just look at that power drop off there. Gear can come down, speed brakes can go up, and let's start getting some flap action. Okay, and we'll make our turn. We'll start trimming ourselves up here. Now, the real question is, where the heck did I leave that runway? Huh. I want to say it's running along this side of the island, but we're about to find out. We're about to find out. I'm getting a lot of drop here, so I'm really starting to trim her up considerably. Because the nose is just falling out of the sky here. Alright, if in doubt, go around. That is the golden rule when it comes to flying, especially bush flying. If in doubt, go around. But I'm thinking we might be able to do it here, so... Yep, there's our runway. That's what I'm looking for. Please don't tell me there's something on the runway. Oh boy, this could be bad. Let's go ahead and get the flaps down. Flaps are at full. Power's coming down nicely. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. And power off. We're down. Let's get some braking action. Hey, look it. It's a twatter. Whoa, whoa, okay. Focus on the landing belt, not on the twatter. We'll take a look at the twatter after. Alright, we made it. We made it. There was never any doubt. Look at that. We are safe. Of course, I forgot my landing lights, but that's alright. They'll forgive me. I'll turn them on right now. They'll never know. Alright, let's get our prop pitch back up full. Normally, when I'm coming into land, I tend to have the prop pitch a little bit lower than it should. I know that's not right. You really should have your prop pitch at full prop pitch when coming in. But depending on the kind of aircraft that I'm flying, sometimes I'll play around with it a little bit, and I seem to be able to get better performance for what I need. Like if I need better stopping power, then I might change the prop pitch a little bit just to help with that. It's a little trick that I learned from that one aircraft, the Pond Racer in Explain. Alright, now where the heck am I going to park there, buddy? You're like taking up my spot. Alright, we're just going to pull up next to him. Try not to hit the tree. I think my wings are a little bit below his, so... barely. I'm kind of concerned about that coconut tree, however. Alright, let's just swing ourselves around here. Very nice. Very nice. And we'll pull up right next to ye old twatter. It's Twin Otter. Try not to hit the coconut tree. Okay, we're good on that side. And we're good on this side. So we'll break it right here. Parking brakes on. Okay, and that is it, folks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this second look at the Seychelles Islands package. It really is a phenomenal package. You've got 14 of these little airports, just like the ones that I've shown you today, that come with this package. Plus, of course, you've got Praslin, which is, you know, a concrete airport. And of course, you've got the main airport on Mahe Island, the international airport. So all told, you get 16 airports in this package, plus all the islands and everything that's on the islands. I think that is incredible. The only thing that's missing, or at least that I have not seen, are like people. I think it would be nice to have like people here and there, whether on the beach or, you know, at the airports and stuff like that. But I can forego all of that kind of stuff because what matters most is the airport is functional, which we already proved it is, and they are all like that, so that works for me. So I'll remind you that the airport is by FSDG, or I say airport, but I mean like the entire scenery package is by FSDG. If you're interested, I will have the link in the video description below. Tell them BelGeode sent you, see what they say. Alright, but other than that, I would say we are pretty much done, so I'm going to get the prop pitch down. I know what's going to come next. I'm not going to turn off my avionics because invariably that is going to cause Microsoft Flight Simulator to do that weird thing that it does whenever you shut off the engines. And it did it anyway. That's the weird thing I was talking about. Asobo, fix that, please. Thank you. Alright, let's get our canopy up. Get that down. Flaps can come up. Get that down. Okay, and I'm going to get my generators off because clearly I forgot them on the last time. All right, landing lights, you can go off. You can go off. Nav lights, position lights, all that good jazz. You can go off. And you off. Magnetos, turn you off. Fuel can go off. Okay. And of course, fuel pumps. We didn't need the emergency fuel pumps, so I left those off. But we'll go ahead and get our transponder off and our radio. There we go. All right, so that should be it. And I am going to thank you as always for watching. This has been BelGeode, and I have been flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The aircraft that I've been showing you has been the lovely, beautiful, fabulous Lockheed P-38 Lightning by FlyingIron Simulations, link to which is in the video description below. And the scenery package that we've been checking out has been the same one from the last video by FSDG. It is the Seychelles Islands scenery package. Definitely worth picking up if you love little island strips like this and island hopping and all that good jazz. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. All right, so that's about it for me. I'm going to hang out here with the twatter, and we're going to call this video done. If you enjoy what you've seen, please feel free to give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I'll catch you on the next one, folks. Ciao.